My name is Bree Coley, and I will be reading my paper titled A Brief History of Blues. A History of Blues. Blues is a genre of music that is generally characterized by its melancholy melodies, subjects, and wide range of characteristics. The title of the genre can be misleading because much of blues music consists of upbeat and lively tempos that made it the perfect addition to any juke joint or dance hall that musicians performed in. Although popular, blues has a long but poorly documented beginning. The genre of blues can be traced all the way back to the late 1800s, even taking influence from the work songs and field hollers of the enslaved African Americans of the South. Blues has also become a popular genre of music for the African American people. The genre first developed in areas such as Georgia, the Carolinas, Mississippi, and Texas. There may not be a clear indicator of who the creator of blues was. Homage can be paid to one of the fathers of blues, which was W.C. Handy. Born in Alabama during the late 1800s, William Christopher Handy grew up in a home that strictly prohibited music. Due to Handy's love and drive for music, he practiced in secret throughout his youth, and then went on to become a music teacher, then musician. One of Handy's biggest contributions to the blues genre was Memphis blues and Dallas blues. Both of these songs were an important contribution to this genre because they were the first examples of blues music written as sheet music in 1912. The blues genre has had many sounds and has been influenced and produced in hundreds of ways over the years. For example, Texas blues had a higher pitch with clear singing over supple, single strung guitar notes that sounded different than the typical strummed chords. A notable Texas blues musician was Blind Lemon Jefferson. Mississippi Delta blues was by far the most intense and influential style of the genre. Mississippi blues consisted of speech-like vocals with rhythmic and percussive guitar accompaniment. Popular musicians of this style was Charlie Patton and Eddie Sunhouse. What made the Georgia and Carolina sound different was the inspiration from ragtime, like Jot Scotland's Maple Leaf Rag, and white folk music. What made this particular sound different from the other blues styles was the enunciation and clarity characteristics of the style. Male musicians may have been the first performance of the genre, but that does not mean the women of blues were any less influential. Female blues performers fought to gain popularity and respect in the male dominated genre and oftentimes were not given the praise they deserve for their contributions to blues. A few of the most influential female blues performers include Bessie Smith, a musician who featured strong and simple vocals paired with melancholy lyrics, guitar riffs, and rhythmic backgrounds. Her rise to fame was because of her rendition of Nobody Knows When You're Down and Out. That came out in 1929. Mamie Smith was another major influence to the genre by being the first African American to record blues vocals. Due to Smith's unexpected success of her record hit Crazy Blues, it changed the music industry's view on female blues artists, fueling the popularity and opportunities of female blues performers. Mammy's success would later provide a long and successful career in the music industry for dozens of women. Lastly, Gertrude Ma Rainey, who was given the nickname Mother of Blues and was one of the first singers to record, and also was one of the first singers to record. Female blues performers were important to the genre because of their representation of confrontational issues such as racism, desertion, infidelity, and the aesthetics of physical beauty. By the 1940s, blues had developed an amazing sound and gained the world's attention with its unique characteristics. One characteristic of the genre is flattened blues notes. These are notes that blur minor and major scales, often used in a scale's seventh, fifth, and third notes, essentially creating the blues scale. Another characteristic used is the call and response technique. This is a method that consists of a voice or instrument answering to another during a song. This method creates a sense of dialogue for the listener. One more unique characteristic of the blues genre is the instruments that are typically used to create the sound. The genre often features both electric and acoustic guitars, pianos, saxophones, harmonicas, and many more. A popular blues musician that adopted a lot of the genre's characteristics was McKinley Morganfield, also known as Muddy Waters. In 1943, Waters boarded a bus to Chicago and took the first steps in his transition from country blues to urban blues. Before he gained his fame and notoriety, Waters spent the early years of his career playing in bars. His time in bars made him switch to the electric guitar to ensure his music could be heard through the noisy crowd. By the mid 40s, Waters had signed with Aristocrat Records but produced nothing spectacular. After Aristocrat became Chess Records, Waters' hits started to come out one after another. Some of his hits include I Can't Be Satisfied and I Feel Like Going Home. Another influential blues musician of the 40s was T Bone Walker. He was known to be a gifted songwriter and put out hits like Call It Stormy Monday and the T Bone Shuffle. T Bone Walker's contribution to the genre of blues was his ability to play the electric guitar. Walker's ability earned him the title of being the first well known electric guitar soloist and one of the most influential guitar players in blues history. The blues genre has influenced other genres of music such as jazz, soul music, rhythm and blues, and also rock music. Blues has inspired artists like Jelly Roll Morton, Louis Armstrong, and Elvis Presley. The genre has also played a huge role in inspiring American literature during the Harlem Renaissance, and writers such as Langston Hughes and Sterling Brown. Blues has been a continuous influence in the world of entertainment and will continue to inspire music for many more years. That concludes my paper, A Brief History of Blues, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.